What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Wizard's Chest. Today we're going to be looking at the Marvel Studios First 10 Years Legend series. We got the Mach 1 in there and Tony Stark looking all Dapper Dan in his blue suit. It's a blue suit. Let's take a look at the packaging real quick. You get a little bio on Iron Man. 2008 is the release of the first movie that came out. In my opinion, still one of the best. Got your little MySpace pictures of Tony Stark and the Mach 1 up there. Mark. Hey, Mark! And some cool new artwork on the other side. But we didn't come to look at the packaging, or did we? Apparently. I'm focusing on it. Let's go ahead and bust this bastard out of his plastic confinement and take a closer look. Alrighty, so here's the Mark 1. It does come with an accessory. It is the only accessory in the pack. But you get a nice blast effect there that goes into a spring-loaded little cartridge. It doesn't click on like a lot of missiles do that you've seen like this as a kid or collecting. It doesn't have a lock-in. It's just a smooth tube type thing that fits in there, and you can spring it back. It's got a little notch on it, but it doesn't actually lock in. But still cool to have. Looks good. The paint job on this is just out of this world. Everywhere you look, it's a different kind of sheen. The light hits it, picks up different colors. You got the yellows and the like seafoam green type stuff, bronze, steel. It's very, very cool. It stands at about 6 inches exactly. Very nice. But I have the first one that came out, the first Mark 1 that they did, but didn't look as good as this guy. Here's the Tony Stark. Got some issues with the Tony Stark, but I gotta be honest, I picked this up because I saw that my friend sent a photo where they swapped out the smirking head from Ant-Man, Paul Rudd, and put it on the suit, and then did a paint job so he looks like the character that Paul Rudd did in Anchorman. It looked awesome, so I'm gonna do that. But just to give you an idea, it looks pretty good. The face print technology is good, but I think the sculpt on this one was a little off. His cheeks kind of look puffy to me. It's got some nice detail on the shoes. I definitely like the color of the suit. I think they had a good sculpt there. Got some buttons on the side. Here's a close-up of the Mark 1. You can see all the nice details on this. You see what I was talking about, how it kind of goes in and out of like a burn. It's been welded and smashed on. Looks really cool. Excuse me. But let's go ahead and look at the articulation on Tony, and I'll point out some of those negatives. There's the first one. Boo. Look at that. It's like they made the cheapest version of a Marvel Legend that they could. I mean, look at the gaps that you can see. He can look up pretty well. He can look down pretty well. There's not a real wash in his hair. I'll show you that later. The posability on this is what you would expect. Doesn't have a butterfly joint, but it still looks good. You got the hinge at the wrist and swivel. Double elbow. You got the twist at the bicep. You can see that jacket is kind of a soft good, just like the tie. It does have an ab crunch that clicks, which I really like. Won't be completely negative. He can go up very well, and he can go back pretty good too with those double jointed knees. And then, of course, he's got the swivel at the thigh. He can't do the splits very well at all. Very, very stiff in there. That's about as far as I could go before his legs started bending. And then the shoe has, or the feet have kind of limited, I would say, articulation for the hinge and ball joint that they have in there with the ankle rocker pivots. It just barely moves. It's kind of hindered by the pant leg. But really, it's just the paint job in some areas are a little spotty. They're not smooth all the way around. So we'll look at that here in a little bit. But let's watch this. Whoop-oo! So that's pretty cool. It fires off. You can see the hole through there. Ah, lovely. Just a translucent orange. Kind of a blast at the end. And this one doesn't have really good articulation, which makes sense anyways, because he couldn't hardly move in that thing as it was. So it did the job for what it needed to do, and that was that. But he can move his head left and right a little bit. Can't go up and down at all. You can go all the way around, go out. You can move that much in the elbow, hardly at all. There's nothing in the hand, no swivel. You got a waist that goes a quarter of the way. See, there's nothing in the hands. And actually has a really good articulation with those ball joints sticking out like that. Nothing hindering them. Go up pretty far. And the foot does have a little bit of movement to it, which is nice. But once you get it in a good position, that thing stands up really well, which I like. The Mark 1 is what sold me on this, obviously. So overall, I would say that I like this set, but I'm definitely gonna, if I do keep this Tony Stark, I'm gonna have to make a few improvements, maybe to the suit. But I'm glad that I picked it up, and if I do make that custom of Paul Rudd, I'll definitely show you guys. Alright, I hope you enjoyed the review. Please share and hit that like button if you would. I really appreciate it. I will be filming some coverage at the San Antonio Comic-Con this week, so I hope you guys check that out. Other than that, have a good week. Bye! Oh, good one, Merlin. Oh, hello there. Thank you for watching. Be sure to click the like button and subscribe today. It's free.